Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bryndís, and today I'm gonna be doing a tag video instead of my weekly update, and I'm a little bit late in uploading this video, but here it is. The tag is Bookaholics Anonymous. I was tagged by Nicky at my messy bookshelf, and no one seems to quite know who created this tag. But yeah, so that's that. But I was tagged by Nicky, and I think this is really an interesting tag. So I'm currently actually on a kind of like a book buying ban, in that I'm doing the Read What You Own challenge, which includes not buying new books as you finish the challenge, because you wanna like get your physical TBR a little bit down. But I'm following that for sure. I'm not buying any books that I haven't read. I'm not buying any new books to me. But I am allowed to buy books if I've already read them. So because a lot of my reading is audiobooks, and if I read a book that is just absolutely fantastical, I am allowed to buy that book, because if I want to own it in my collection. I'm trying to be very curated with what type of books I buy and all of those things, but these days I'm being more strict about not buying books, because I really don't feel good having so many unread books, or so many to me unread books. But so this tag is, I think that I'm going to answer these questions kind of like how I want my book buying habits to be. Because like in 2024, I went insane when I'm not going to tell you, but if I would tell you the amount of money I spent on books in that year, it was my first year on Booktube as a creator, and I was doing so many hauls, and it was insane. And it was not only thrifted books, it was a lot of new books. And I realized that that's not how I want my book buying habit to be. And I think that Anyway, we'll see what the answers are. I haven't prepared the answers in advance. I've looked at the questions, but I haven't written down anything. So I'm gonna just try to answer them honestly, obviously, but also maybe of how I would like things to be. So, the prompts. What do you like about buying new books? So, I think I love buying new books. And I have done a lot of thrifting, like I said, but I especially like buying new books, because they are just beautiful and clean and shiny often, and just, I think what I really like about it is the visual thing. Having such a beautiful, new, pristine book on your shelf, I think it just really is really nice. I also like, obviously, just the endorphins that you get from buying something at the bookstore. It's addicting, for sure. Addicted, for sure. So yeah. But I really like just having this beautiful book in my hand. I think that's what I really like about buying new books. Number 2, how often do you buy new books? How I would like things to be is to maybe buy a couple times a year, go and spend some money at the bookstore. So I always buy a couple of new books around Christmas, both as gifts. I gift people books for Christmas, but also I buy myself new books. Usually they are Icelandic crime noir books that are part of the Christmas book flood here in Iceland. And so that's just a very special kind of a thing that I like to do. I also think I really like to buy books maybe around my birthday, so in the summertime. So approximately twice a year, I allow myself to go and buy new books. That's been kind of I'm just gonna not count 2024, but I feel like for the last several years, decades even, that has kind of been what I've done. I've bought books around Christmas and around my birthday. But if I'm in the bookstore and I might be looking at something, I might grab a book here and there. I've already bought a couple of new books this year, a couple of Charles Dickens, and I think I bought one. Have I only one Anthony Trollope? Yeah, I bought one. Yes, I have The Warden by Anthony Trollope. But I've read like four in the Barchester series, and I've only bought the first one. So, but I think I wanna own all of that series. And just looking here at my books, and I'm also collecting Agatha Christie. I'm replacing my thrifted Agatha Christie's with newer books, but that's something that I'm doing very slowly. Just maybe one book every couple of months or something, or 2 books every couple of months. So I'm trying not to buy them too. I mean, books are expensive, and I do have a lot of other things I can use my money on. Also, I don't have a lot of space, so I'm trying to be very smart about it. But definitely twice a year, plus the occasional book, whenever, basically. Number 3, bookstore or online book shopping. Which do you prefer? Oh, the bookstore for sure. Like I do some online book shopping. I live in Iceland, so there are a lot of books that I want to buy that are simply not available here. So I did shop at Amazon. I'm not gonna do that. I've decided that it's out. I'm not gonna shop there anymore. I've just been very unhappy. I mean, obviously Amazon I think is just shit, but I do have a Kindle, which I think I just heard there I won't be able to use that anymore because it's a very old Kindle. So, but I haven't tried that. I haven't looked that up, so maybe I'm wrong. But also in the last 3 orders of books, I've gotten books. Once the book just didn't arrive, and it kept saying that it was. This is gonna be okay. I could make a how Amazon sucks video, but I'm not happy with their customer service, and I'm not happy with their disgusting business habits and all of those things. So anyway, but I bought a lot of books from them, and I know there are some other books. You can also obviously order the books from the publisher, and so I need to maybe do more research as to how I can find international booksellers with new books. But I prefer going into the bookstore, and I usually do that if I'm abroad. I will go into a bookstore that I find, because there is just something about going into the bookstore and just looking at the books and touching them and all those things. So I definitely prefer that. Number 4, do you have a favorite bookshop? Well, here in Iceland, there are not a lot of independent bookstores. There are a few. I think my favorite though is the University Bookstore. I love going there, and they usually have very affordable books, especially classics. And then there is the bookstore that is part of the big chain here, that is downtown in Reykjavik. I love going there. They have a really nice collection of books, and it's very easy to find, and the staff there is extremely helpful and friendly. So I really like going there. So it's on the 2nd floor. So if you're in downtown Reykjavik, you see the big bookstore. The 1st floor is just touristy stuff, like magnets and touristy books. But if you go on the second floor, there you find, on the 3rd floor, there's a cafe. And then on the 2nd floor, there is it's a different type of flooring situation there. But on the 2nd floor, there is the English language books, and they have a pretty good collection for being in Iceland. Obviously, they have a huge collection of Icelandic language books for sure. Number 5, do you pre-order books? No, I don't, and I think that's not because I think there's anything wrong with that. I don't read a lot of very new books. So because of that, I don't feel that pre-ordering is something that I would do. I also prefer paperbacks to hardbacks. And maybe you can pre-order paperbacks, but at least when books are published, usually they're published as hardbacks originally or in like bigger versions of paperbacks. I just want the normal paperback. So I usually have to wait like a year before I can actually buy the book if I read it like as an audiobook very early on. So I don't pre-order books, but I'm not like against it or anything. Number 6, do you have a monthly book buy-in limit? No, I mean, like I said, I don't have like a number in mind, or like either the number of books or the number of money. But obviously, no, I don't really. I mean, I know that I can't go and spend, 1,000 euros. I might be able to spend 200 euros, but not maybe not 1,000, but no, I don't really I don't have a budget. I probably should, but I don't. Number 7, book buy-in bans. Are they something for you? Yes. I mean, I would prefer that I would not have to go that drastic, but I definitely did last year because after 2024, I was just horrified by how my book buy-in habit had gone out of hand. I mean, I did an on-haul last autumn, I think about 120 books that I got rid of. Thankfully, majority of them were thrifted, but that feels like such a waste of money to me. And I mean, I've donated them back either to the charity shop or to like the little free library, my sister, my niece, like I didn't throw them away, obviously, but it's still, and even if it's only like 3 euros for the one book, if you buy like 300 books, it's a lot of euros, so so I'm very happy that that I do go on book buying bans. Sometimes they may only last a month. I feel that I've reached the balance. I know now that I don't want to buy just to buy. I'm being more curated with what I'm buying. Number 8, how big is your wish list? Oh, I think that it is actually quite big. I know that I want to own all of Charles Dickens, all of his books, and there are some other classical authors that I want to own. Like, I think I want to own all of them. Some of them I already do, but I would like to, like Elizabeth Gaskell, at least the Barchester series by Trollope. I haven't read anything, like, I'm still in that series, so I'm sure I feel that I'm gonna love everything he has written. And there are also some like contemporary authors that I would like to own all of their work. So I have a huge wish list that I have a list of books that I want to buy, but I'm trying to be very patient. Hopefully, maybe someday I will have more space in a bigger apartment. But at the moment, I don't want to feel like I'm being drowned and like covered by my books. So I'm keeping my wish list kind of not as a to be bought list, but as a in the future list. Most of them, but I'm buying the occasional book, definitely. And number 9, which 3 books from your wish list do you wish to own? Well, all of them. I want to own all of them. That's why they're on my wish list. But I know that I would love to have The Martian by Andy Weir. I don't have that one. And that one is definitely a book that I would really like to own. Yeah, I think that's actually the only one. There are not 3. I mean, like I said, I want to own all of them. And I want to own all of Charles Dickens. And there are some books, because I'm reading Stephen King as well, And there are some books in his first decade that I don't own, that I would like to own. But I'm also not going to try to own all of his books. I think in regards to Stephen King, I want to read all of his books and then own the books that I really enjoyed, because he's written just so much. But I mean, I would love there are some beautiful editions of Lord of the Rings that I would love to own. But yeah. And then there is number 10, tag others. I will put that in the description. I need to go and look up who hasn't done the tag, and I will tag some of you in the description below. This was really fun and really good kind of, it made me start to think a little bit also about my book buying habits and how I want it to be. And I think I'm pretty happy with the way I'm gonna do it is, buy books at Christmas, around my birthday, and the occasional book here and there. So that's that. Thank you for watching, and tell me in some of the answers to the questions in the comments below and we can have a chat. See you in my next one. Bye.